Good evening, everybody. It's Monday night, which means it's time to go wild. Welcome to the Time to Go Wild radio show on Halton Community Radio 92.3 FM. We're also live across the world on hcr923fm.com/listen and via TuneIn. If you want to contact the show, do so via social media, Facebook or twitter.com/TTGW radio. We have email, radio@widneswild.co.uk. We have the phone 01928 835 291 and text 07716 672 874. Start your message with TTGW or messages charged at your standard network rate. I hope you're all ready because it's time to go wild. A very warm welcome, everyone. It's Monday evening. Oh, wow. What a weekend I've had. I think I'm coming back to normal. Stace, how do you get on this weekend?
Good. Just about getting over the excitement of yesterday's game.
Well, there have been 3 Widnes teams in action this weekend. And to say we had excitement, and it was excitement on Saturday with the under-15s. And then we had double gun action at home for the under-13s and down the road in D-side for the senior team. And I was torn. I confess my sins, dear fans, dear listener. I confess my sins. I was genuinely torn between helping out the under-13s game on Sunday and going down the road to D-side. And ironically, I'm not hoarse. I've been to a road game and I'm not hoarse.
That does make a change for you.
Oh, and I wasn't filming either, so yes.
Yeah, you got technically a night off.
A weekend off. I don't know how I did it. But yes, we had drama. It's for 3 games. I better do the results and get that bit out of the way to start things off with. And it's a busy sheet, so here we go.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to start things off this week with Continental Cup action. And apologies if I say the names wrong, but here we go. From the 15th of November, as Mazvicek Zagreb from Croatia 0, Belfast Giants 4. 16th of November, Belfast Giants 6, Written Sport 2. And on the 17th of November, Belfast Giants 2, GSK Katowice 4. And I think that actually qualifies Belfast for the next round of the Continental Cup, so congratulations to the Belfast Giants. Moving to the league action from the Elite Ice Hockey League for Wednesday, the 14th of November. Milton Keynes Lightning 6, Glasgow Clan 1. On Friday the 16th, Glasgow Clan 4, Sheffield Steelers 5 after overtime. On Saturday, Cardiff Devils 3, Nottingham Panthers 2 after overtime. Coventry Blaze 5, Dundee Stars 2, Glasgow Clan 6, Milton Keynes Lightning 3, Manchester Storm 3, Guildford Flames 2, Fife Flyers 2, Sheffield Steelers 6. And on Sunday, Nottingham Panthers 3, Fife Flyers 2 after a shootout. Dundee Stars 3, Cardiff Devils 6, Milton Keynes Lightning 4, Coventry Blaze 1, Guildford Flames 8, Manchester Storm 3. In the EIHA Women's Premier League on Saturday, Milton Keynes Falcons 4, Kingston Diamonds 1. EIHA Under-15s North 3 action on Saturday, Nottingham second team 11, Blackburn 0, Widnes 3, D-side 19. On Sunday in the EIHA Under-13s North 3, Widnes 3, D-side 4. On NIHL Division 1 North Morley action for Saturday the 17th of November, Hull Pirates 12, Nottingham Lions 1, Sheffield Steel Dogs 7, Blackburn Hawks D1 1. On Sunday, Sheffield Steel Dogs 5, Sutton Sting 4, Blackburn Hawks D1 4, Solihull Barons 5, Nottingham Lions 1, Billingham Stars 13. Finally moving into NIHL Division 2 North Laidler for the weekend just gone. On Saturday the 17th of November, Telford Tigers D2 5, Coventry Blaze NIHL 2. On Sunday, Sheffield Senators 19, Blackburn Hawks D2 1, Coventry Blaze NIHL 10, Altrincham Aces 1. And the big one for all you YKK Widnes Wild fans out there, Dragons 2, Widnes Wild 5. And that's the roundup of the scores across the main games this weekend. Come back next week for more on Time to Go Wild Radio. And on top of that result, on those results I should say, there is one more I'm going to mention, because the GB women's team are also taking part in the EIHA Under-20s Cup competition. And they won their first game the weekend, beating the Whitley Renegades 4 points to 2. So congratulations to the GB women.
Always good news.
So yes, well, some seriously big scores this weekend across D1 and D2, I think there.
Yeah.
Hull Pirates with a 12-1 win, Billingham Stars with a 13-1 win. But the big shock for me this weekend, Coventry Blaze NAHL 10 and Altrincham Aces 1.
That was a shock when you told me as well.
It was a shock when I saw it, yeah. That's a big result for Coventry, and really does give Coventry a bit of a boost up the table there. They've now just jumped up to 7th position.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they gave us a good run for our money last week, or the other weekend, didn't they?
They did.
So,
yeah.
I'll say about Saturday and a little bit later on, because I think we need to talk about Sunday. And first off, I'm going to say a massive, massive congratulations, though the result is slightly the wrong side, to our Widnes Academy under-13s team.
Yeah.
Because the score of 3-4, when I actually looked, is a lot closer than we actually realised, because the winning goal for the D-side under-13s came in the last minute and a half, I think, of the game.
Wow.
So it was actually 3-3 towards the very end of the game. And considering the fact it's their first season in the league, there we go, just bringing the game sheet up. Yeah, the 15-minute periods is for the juniors, 43-30.
Yeah, it was really close, wasn't it?
So, yeah, in fact, they were in the lead. They were actually in the lead by 3-1 at one point.
Yeah.
So, a very clean game. Only 4 minutes of penalties for Widnes, 2 for D-side. And, I'll give everyone their due. They've worked really, really hard at the academy, putting everything together. And the lads and girls who play for the team, they're really coming on. And they're improving game on game. And when I saw that 3-4 result, and then I saw when the winning goal came in, I was gutted for them. But
yeah,
I mean, credit where credit's due.
I mean, they should all be proud, though. From the looks of things, they went out there and played a really good game.
Oh, well, I was there the other week when they were playing Blackburn under-13s, and that game was officially stopped at 2-14. But they were fist pumping everyone, both teams fist pumps. It was energy from both teams. They kept going and digging and playing, and they didn't stop.
No.
And it was a pleasure to be there to watch. So,
and the more they play, the more confidence they're gonna get, the better they're gonna get. So
absolutely. And so to everybody who was there, I'm sorry I couldn't be there to show my a bit of extra support and help out, but everyone who was involved on Sunday for that under-13s game, who came and attended, fantastic. That's really, really good to see.
Yeah.
And hopefully we will see you for more games, and it'll be a pleasure to keep coming along and keep buoying things along for all the under 13s, 15s, and the 9s.
Definitely.
And we have some more fixtures coming up a little later on, but I'll talk a little about the 15s game in a little while. But let's talk about what events happened in Deeside. I think it was going to be a lively affair from the off.
Yeah, that was always good, especially considering that this one turned out to be our first game against Deeside, and obviously it's the first one against Deeside now that they're back in our division. They've not got D1 and D2 anymore. It's just one. It's
effectively been 2 seasons in the making, this game.
Yeah, pretty much.
The last time the two teams, I think it was the infamous game, was the last time the two teams faced off against each other, wasn't it?
Yeah, it would have been.
And yes.
Pretty sure it was, actually.
It was energy, and I was chatting to a number of people around by me, particularly more related to Deeside, and I asked a couple of guys who were stood by me at the end of the game about how do they think the game was, and their comment wasn't. You may think it's a biased comment from myself, but they said that Widnes did have the domination of the possession. I mean, that's how it looked to me, and they agreed.
Yeah, no, we did, I think.
But both goaltenders did really well. Some very important saves from Matt Croyle at times.
Oh, there were some amazing saves, but on both sides, to be fair. I mean, I saw some good saves, obviously some amazing ones from Matty, but you can't take it away from Deeside. They did make some good saves on the night.
I'm trying to think of goal of the night, but because second period, of course, I was stood down by the cafe end, so I got a lovely view of the goals in the second period. And I must admit, Simon Offord's goal was very, very pretty. It was just very quick release and placed so nicely, straight in, and very nicely taken, I must admit. So so you can be very happy with that one, Simon. You can, yes.
He certainly looked very happy after he'd scored it.
He deserved to. And Jakob, well, talk about away.
Yeah.
I like the blue touch paper. And he was away. But it was an exciting game. Pretty clean, to be honest, in terms of
there weren't that many penalties.
No, I'm just calling the game sheet up now. It was 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 minutes for Widnes. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 plus a 10. Effectively for Deeside. Well, apparently got a 0-minute penalty. Don't know how that happened. A slash with a 0-minute. We didn't score straight from that. How did we get us?
No, not that I remember.
49. I don't get that. I do remember the penalty being called, but it's up as no minutes because it ended 3 seconds later. But we didn't score 3 seconds later. I don't get that.
I mean, we did. I'm pretty sure we did score pretty soon after, but it wasn't a straight in the box. We scored straight out again.
No, penalty
that I remember.
The penalty we scored on is the one on number 23. I'm just looking at the game sheet, everybody. It was the Simon Furnival penalty. Yeah, it's just a bit strange that there's a penalty here. And it is a 2-minute penalty. It is... no, it's a it's come up as a 3-second penalty.
A 3-second penalty.
But... Oh, no, it's a delayed penalty goal, that's why. It's classed as a delayed penalty call, so it was called at 49:17, but we scored at 49:20, so that's where it's come from. Right. There we go.
Makes much more sense.
Colin learned to read the game sheet properly. The thing is, I'm not used to seeing the game sheet written up that way. I'm just used to seeing it as a 0-minute with the delayed penalty goal, so there we go. So yes, that was Stu Brittle's goal in the third period. But there was some really, really strong play from both teams. It was gritty. As our we will talk about.
Let's not go there.
I've got to mention it. A slight sidetrack, everyone. There's something on the Time to Go Wild Twitter page about redheads, or rather, proper bold redheads. About there's something about bold redheads, and there's 3 very nice pictures. And then there's Gritty, the Philadelphia Flyers mascot.
Gets around a lot, doesn't he?
Every time I see the picture of Gritty, I can't help myself. I just crack up. But it was a drama game. I mean, 3-2. Deeside were definitely coming back into things, and the swing was starting to edge in. But
that was the worry, because suddenly we'd gone from being comfortable lead to 1 goal.
Yeah,
and that's when you know it's dangerous territory again. Yeah,
it's that dangerous 1 goal lead. But again, came out in the 3rd period and just kept digging. We got the 4th goal at 36-29, and that kind of calmed things down in the 2nd period when that one went in.
Yeah,
but
that did seem to.
That was Simon's goal, and that was just. I'll have to say that was very prettily taken. It was just traffic in front. It just landed on his tape, and he just flick. And
there was no hesitation. No. It was straight in.
Straight in.
Yeah.
But I managed to catch up with a few people after the match, and one was our very well-deserving man of the match, Dan Fay.
And with Widnes Wild's MVP for the evening when the Wild took on the Dragons in Deeside, Danny Fay. Well, Danny, just put it into words simply, that game.
Yeah, well, everyone's bought into the system we're doing now, and we're on a roll. We keep winning games, and that's what we plan to keep doing.
I mean, it was a good start, very early goal, and first period was looking sharp, wasn't it?
Like I said, once we're all buying in, everything seems to be clicking and working. Just keep it going. We need to.
Second period had a bit of a wobble,
it's hard to keep focus the whole way through an hour's game. So that's our aim, is to keep going for the whole 60 minutes, and that's what we plan to do for each game.
Our 3rd period, it's all started to come back together. A couple of penalties, but everyone dug in, and final result, well.
Yeah, that's the main thing. We're trying to get the 2 points each game when we all buy in, and that's when we get the wins.
And it's nice seeing you getting another MVP. Keep it short. Let you go and get yourself sorted and relaxed and ready for the next week.
All right, cheers, thank you.
And catch you soon.
All right, catch you soon.
I've managed to catch Bez Hughes. Well, Bez, lively affair here in Deeside, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a good game. Come out of the bat really quickly, got on the scoreboard quite early. And to be fair, we've probably done a good job coming out that second and scoring, I think it was 2 in 53 seconds. It probably put the stop on for a little bit. So it was good to get out quick with the lads, to be fair.
First period was all looking good. Wobble in the second, I was just saying with Danny, but 3rd period, everything came back together, and result went in our favour yet again.
Yeah, that's it. We knew we had another gear to go to step up. So obviously come out that 3rd, gone up the gear and put them to bed, really.
I mean, plenty of noise from the crowd as well here at the Deeside Leisure Centre, which makes the atmosphere that bitter.
Well, yeah, as we always say, got the best fans in the league and definitely the best travelled fans, so thank you all.
Well, I'll let you go and get rested and ready for next week.
Perfect, thank you.
Yeah, well, both players had... it's just interesting to get their feel on things. I mean, Dan, he plays out of his skin every game.
Oh, he does, yeah.
He's slotted in on the top lines so well, and at such a young age, he plays so well. He's like good hands in. When I see Dan play, I see images of young players like Steve Lee, top British defenceman, and I can see Dan going a long way. If he can keep going like this.
Yeah, no, I've said the same. He's just fitted in so well with the rest of the team as well. You can tell he's so comfortable out on the ice that.
Yeah, and the noise from the crowd, including Andy Shutt, with his trumpet bugle. Yes.
He gave me a big speech about the difference between a trumpet and a bugle. Trust me. Make sure you give it the right name.
To me, that's a valveless trumpet. I used to play one. I've also played bugle. And we had a bit of a bugle off, actually, during one of the period breaks. And to our colleague who was playing along with us, I must admit, hands off, tipped me out to me, definitely put me to shame. But then again, it's over 20 years since I last played a bugle properly. And I can't play properly because my teeth went loose. So, yeah, I struggle a little bit with playing. So, yes, if people want to give us a shout, mention any comments from the weekend, drop them through. You can drop them to the Facebook page, facebook.com/TTGW Radio. or you can drop us a text. There's two ways. You can do it to 60066 and start your message with HCR, and it'll come up on our computer screen. Andy, shut. And or you can drop them through to 07716 672 874. Now, I think it's time for a little break for a little bit of music. And Jill Gillingham, we have to say one thing for you. Meow. A couple of interesting newsy articles that have been cropping up. First off, though, I've got to say, Cats in Space was dedicated especially to one of our big stalwarts of the YKK Widnes Wild backroom staff, Jill Gillingham, who I think she's probably one of their number one fans, but they're a very good band anyway. So that was especially for her.
Yeah, it was a good choice, Jill.
Yes. First one I'll do is actually, if you check out the Time to Go Wild radio Twitter page, you'll see a link to this article, and it's regarding Cardiff Huskies Tyler and John Legaladec, who recently completed an epic handbike ride from North to South New Zealand. We both know how long New Zealand is, don't we?
Yeah. For those of you that don't, it's incredibly long.
It's one thing to go from the tip of North to the bottom of North Island, or the tip of South to the bottom of South Island.
But to then go from North
if he's done it
to
from
South.
Yeah. And they've been raising funds for the Pilgrim Bandits, which is a charity that works with Forces amputees. And if you want to check him out online, it is John, JON_leg is his Twitter. So that's at JON_leg.
Yep.
If you want to look at some of the pictures on there.
Definitely worth having a look.
It is. And big congratulations and well done to everybody who took part in that. Another one that most of you probably would already have seen, but it happened early last week. Milton Keynes Lightning coach Doug McKay has left the club for personal reasons, so they're in a coaching transition.
Yep. And
as can happen when there's a coaching transition, they decided to come out and beat the Glasgow Clan by 6-1 live on TV, which was one way to put a stamp on the fact that you're not going to get trampled down by anything.
I was going to say, prove that you're going to carry on.
Yep. And one more thing, on this Wednesday night on Free Sports, from 7 p.m, it is Coventry hosting Guildford live on TV. So if you want a bit of an extra hockey fix midweek on TV, check out Free Sports. And the final one, of course, all being well, action from the D-side Dragons against your YKK Widnes Wild will be featured on the BASN Drop the Puck YouTube page at some point in the very near future. Mm-hmm. So check that out as well. Now, you and a couple of others were involved in some hot footing, we could say, the other day.
You could say that, yes.
And were your feet nice and toasty, or were they just lightly warm at the end?
The most painful part, everybody thinks the scariest bit is the actual firewalk. Mm-hmm. Stepping onto the cold concrete afterwards was probably the biggest shock I had all night.
Because that felt cold.
Very cold. You just walked across coals, you stand on the concrete, you think this is fine, you walk across coals, you get off the other end, and the stinging sensation that you get as hot meets cold. So did convince myself I blistered at one point. I hadn't checked.
So what did it feel like?
When you're walking across it doesn't feel, it's going to sound straight, it doesn't feel that hot. It feels like when you walk along hot sand on a beach.
Right, okay.
That's the kind of feeling you get. And it's over so quickly that you don't really have time to register too much that you're walking across fire, effectively.
Yeah. I mean, I saw some of the pictures and the videos that you'd put up on different social media outlets, and it was like, I've also seen it on sort of other TV shows in the past where people have learned to do fire walking, and it's dum dum dum. It's the way you're taught to walk across it. I take it helps. Are there any tips they give you?
Yeah, they tell. Obviously, you've got to do a brisk walk. Although I have to say, Andy Shutt did a slower walk than the rest of us, and I couldn't quite believe it. It was quite something to behold. It was impressive. But yeah, it is. It's the walking across it, like, you know, brisk walk. Don't stop in the middle and decide to have pictures taken, because then you will burn your feet. That's the biggest tip that we were given. You know, if you see your relatives, loved ones, families, don't stop for pictures. Keep walking to the end.
Yeah, and there was a decent amount raised as well for charity, for our chosen charity, the Halton Haven Hospice.
There was. So the few of us that represented the Wild, we raised £1,025, I think it was.
Well done.
And
Congratulations.
so far, I've not got the exact overall total, but from everyone involved, at the minute it's over 5,000.
Oh, wow.
So it is a great amount.
Oh, Jen, bless you. I'll be the first to fall on my face if I did the firework.
I was worried about that all the way
bless you, Jen,
through
for the
it.
text. Oh, dear.
Yeah, and a big thank you to Jen, Julia, Carl, everyone that came to support us all, because Jen videoed it for the Wild fans page. So
Andy Schutt's reply is, "I'm too old to rush." Texts coming in there. So thanks for the messages. Yes, we do appreciate them all. But Jen, you wouldn't fall flat on your face. You'd be a trooper and go right across those coals.
So many of us in the training session beforehand asked what happens if we fall on our faces, and the answer was like, you won't. And I'm just as clumsy. I'm probably one of the most clumsy people out there, and if I could manage it without falling flat on my face, I'm sure Jen would be fine.
But so that's fantastic, and big congratulations to absolutely everybody who took part in the firewalk. It was, I was thinking about it, but I do have very tender, ticklish feet, and I'm thinking I probably could do it, but.
It's one of those, though. I've done it twice now.
Oh, right.
Because I did one when I was in uni as well. And just before you do the walk, you think, what am I doing? Why did I think this was a good idea? And I don't know if everyone felt that way, but as soon as I stepped off the coals the other side, the first thing that went through my head was, I want to do it again.
Oh, wow.
It's quite addictive, actually.
Oh, I think I was trying to get the concept of Andy's comment here, and I think it was on a scale of 1 to Lego, it was 2 to 3. Or 2 out of 3. Andy Wishley there. The main culprit behind it. No, I must admit, it's a big congratulations to everybody who. Here we go. Jen, I think again here. Yes, it is. I would, trust me. The guy was talking before it, and I was like, nope, just nope. Talk about. Telling you all the negative possibilities.
Yeah, it was quite scary. I mean, the one I did in uni, because we were uni students, I think they took pity on us and they gave us a nice speech about how we could all do it beforehand. And the man that did ours, he was lovely, but just before we walked, I think the last thing he said to us was, "You will burn if you stop." We're like, well, that's lovely.
Oh dear. The heat. It's the heat. On the scale of 1 to Lego, it was about 2 to 3. But
yeah, they make you stand and hold your hands over it to get used to it, and I don't think it's something you ever would get particularly used to.
Yeah. Another text from Andy Shutt. He says that you fall over if you're distracted. Rest assured, 480 degrees C hot cold focuses your mind.
He's got a point. It does.
I can believe it. With what I do for a living, at times things get a wee bit warm. You don't want to be touching some of the hot stuff, particularly when you go onto the production plant. And believe me, some of that stuff really does cook when it's coming off. So I do tip my hat to all of you for doing it, and well done and congratulations on all the funds that you've raised. It's a big event. Hopefully, more fun for the future.
Yeah, it seemed to be a big success.
I'm going to give a quick mention now to the fact that the YKK Widnes Wild will be holding the Air the Bear coming up. Keep your eyes on social media for the official date to be finalised. But yes, so when you're out and about at the weekends and you're looking for a gift for the festive season coming up, don't forget the YKK Widnes Wild will be doing an Air the Bear at a game close as we approach Christmas. And finally, at this point in the evening, I should give a shout out, of course, to all of our sponsors.
Yes.
Our title sponsor, YKK. And then, of course, we have Spriggs & Son of Widnes, DMH Tyres, Ruxton Electricals, CL Woodworking, Nails by Alicia, who are our goal sponsors. And as we've been talking a lot about them recent, our charity, the Halton Haven Hospice. Yes. And, of course, to everyone else who's involved with the things like small events, and of course our helpers who do all the raffle ticket 50-50 selling, everyone who helps out on match nights. It's always, of course, massively appreciated, every effort that's put in. And I'll say this not just as part of Widnes Wild, but to all the teams out there. Every team is very grateful for the efforts that all their match night volunteers give.
Yeah. Without the volunteers, obviously things would be incredibly different on match nights. Yeah. Across the board for every team. It
is. It shows the passion that people have for their sports, whatever they are and whatever they do. Oh, here we go. Up next, we do share an ice bath challenge with Ken Armstrong. I have not told him, but I'm sure he is game. Just give him jelly baby. Sorry, Andy, but we've just broken it. King Kenny, I think you've just been volunteered for something there.
Good luck, Kenny. And good luck, Andy.
Yeah.
Staying away from Kenny now that you've you've volunteered him.
Mind you, the whole jelly baby thing. He's in the bad books for giving the jelly babies away last week. Yeah, he passed them across the bench and they never got seen again for the rest of the night. So what's happened? The jelly babies have disappeared. Well, we'll take a little breather again. And in a manner of speaking, we're at a bit of a crossroads nearly in the season. Which brings us nicely onto our little
nice tie in there.
Yeah. You'd never guess that sometimes I actually do a music show on this station. I say try to do a music show. I just bounce off the walls.
Just fall off chairs.
That too. We'll take a break and have a little bit of cream with Crossroads. So, our usual little reminder, don't forget our usual social media outlets, of course, our YKK Widnes Wild homepage, widneswild.co.uk for all your general information, including items for community programmes, Learn to Play, your junior academy, sponsor information, and everything else you need to know about the YKK Widnes Wild and the affiliated teams. If you want any extra information, of course, check out Planet Ice Widnes. I'll pop into the rink. We have also got an extra little shout out for Planet Ice Widnes, who've really been doing us proud recently. They've looked after everyone. So
they have.
A big thank you to everyone at Planet Ice Widnes, especially with a lot of new staff.
Yeah, they've been doing a great job though.
Yes.
Definitely.
So, in extra to that, of course, we have our YouTube page. Don't forget to subscribe to, well, both of them, but more importantly, the Widnes Wilds YouTube page.
Yep.
So that's the host of our podcasts for this show. We also have our fixtures. What's coming up, Stace?
Okie doke. So, Sunday the 25th of November, we have your YKK Widnes Wild versus Hull Jets at home with a face-off time of 5:30. Saturday the 1st of December, we have Hull Jets YKK Widnes Wild, and that's away to Hull, and that's again 5:30 face-off. Sunday the 2nd of December, we have Nottingham under 13s hosting Widnes under 15s.
No, 13s.
That should say 13s. What a typo. And that's a face-off time of 5:40. And also on Sunday the 2nd, we have Widnes Wild hosting Coventry Blaze, and that's 5:30. Saturday the 8th, we have Widnes under 15s this time, and they're hosting Blackburn under 15s with a face-off time of 6:50. Sunday the 9th, we have the Widnes Wild Women against the Whitley Squaws, and that's a face-off time of 5:30. And we also have Altrincham Aces hosting Widnes Wild with a face-off time of 5:45.
And we also have details of the bus to Hull.
We do. So the coach is leaving at 1:15, and that's on the 1st of December, and it's leaving from Planet Ice, Widnes.
So if you want to get on the bus, it is £5 for your season ticket people, £6 for non-season pass holders.
Yep.
And if you want to reserve yourself a little spot, which I would highly recommend, let's keep the momentum going for the guys. Yep. Contact the Widnes Wild fans Outlook pages through social media, which is Twitter and Facebook.com/WidnesWildOnes, which is the current names, but it's the Widnes Wild fans
page.
Or you can drop messages through the Widnes Wild's other social media outlets, and make sure they get through to the right people so you can reserve your spot on the bus.
Yeah.
And yes, it's an interesting one because we've got a whole, basically back to back.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's going to be a very, very busy run up. And I'm actually kind of gutted as well because I've got a clash on the 9th of December. Widnes Wild Women's first home game of the season against Whitley Squaws.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, we've got the Battle Royal going on down the M56 in Altrincham. Oh dear, I've got to be in Altrincham. Sorry, girls. They know how much I would. I do want to be there to help them out, but I've got to be there for the guys. So yes, it's going to be a lively affair in Altrincham as ever.
It will, yeah. I imagine. It always is.
Yeah. And we don't actually. I should actually find. Just let me find a bed for this because it's a bit of a mini talking point. I think to put this one on. Yes. Because the reason I'm playing this is because there's some games where you don't get many penalties. And there's other games where you get a lot.
Yes.
And I don't want to overly focus on it, but I was trying to collate all the results for tonight's show. And when I finally saw the game sheet for the Coventry Blaze NIHL versus Altrincham Aces result, it was a case of, wow, that's a big result for Coventry. And then I looked down and saw the penalty minutes and it was like, yikes. That's all I'm going to say. If you want to look it up, pop on to eiha.co.uk, find the link to NIHL North 2 Laidler, and click on the little arrow on the Fixtures Live link. It definitely was a rough time in the old town that night, wasn't it?
It definitely was, yeah.
So yes, I was actually very surprised that the opposite happened in North Wales, because the penalty minutes was actually very, very low.
Yeah, in all honesty, I was expecting there to possibly be a few more than there were.
I was expecting a scrap. I thought there would have been a scrap of some sort, but there wasn't.
Yeah, no, I thought there would, but it was a relatively clean game.
It was seriously well skated out.
Yeah.
And that it was almost, just looking at the two game sheets, it was chalk and cheese. I shall fade that down now because I want to. Oh yes, this ice bath thing. We said it's Andy, but we didn't say which one. Is it Shutt or Witchley? Sorry, Andy Shutt. I'm just teasing. I've got your message. Or am I?
Maybe leave it up to Kenny to decide. He can find out who it was.
There you go, Kenny. Your choice.
Let him play detective.
Yes. But I was having a quick look at the table, and I haven't actually brought it with me, but I did a little version of the league table just to see what it would be based on the minimum number of games. Now that we're quickly approaching game 16, which is almost halfway through the season.
We are, yeah, we're almost there, really, aren't we?
And the team that's based on the lowest number of games are the Telford Tigers 2. And so I went, okay, they're on 11. Let's take the first 11 games for every team and see where we stand. And the YKK Widnes Wild are top by 1 point. And the top 4, after their first 11 games, are the current top four. out. Now, between Hull and Telford, they're on actually the same points, so they could flip. But they're on equal points of 15, from what I did with my maths anyway.
Yeah.
But basically, the top four, it was Widnes Wild, Sheffield Senators, with Hull and Telford on joint points, third, fourth. The other teams actually, D-side, the Dragons had dropped to, I think it was either 7th or 8th, with Altrincham hopping up. So it shows where the teams have, in the relative form, where teams have moved to and from. Oh, here we go. Tell the fans I'll be clock keeper, so no bugle, so they can come without earplugs. Is that which game's that for, Andy? Can you let us know and remind us, please?
Well, I'm doing the game clock for the 2nd of December game, so...
Oh, that'll be the one where he'll be in the crowd then with
Yeah.
the bugle. Apparently the bugling was well received last night during one of the intermissions.
Well, that's nice.
Yes. The tune, particularly the
Oh, yeah, that was a lovely interlude.
That
Yeah.
was played very, very well, I must admit. And apparently a message came up from the dressing room, because apparently the dressing room was right underneath the stands where we were,
Yes,
and
it
you could
is.
hear it. Here we go. Oh, now here's a prediction from Andy Shutt. Now, come on. I suppose some people can actually start doing the Predictor League for the start of the season. The top four now look like the playoff contenders too, as 5th and below are now struggling. Maybe. And yes, it's the whole game. He's not going to have his bugle, so that's this coming Sunday on the 25th.
It is.
But yeah, we did promise people he's going to be getting a few extra lessons. So do not fear, dear listener. Andy will be getting some practice in as the weeks go on, and no doubt he'll be very tuneful soon.
He assured me he was going to get practicing.
I'm rusty. It was Neil Atherton playing the William Tell, so thank you to Neil, who was playing the William Tell Overture. And very, very well played, but he is an actual trumpeter. So I wouldn't expect anything less.
It was still very enjoyable.
It was. I was actually very jealous that I can't play anymore. But I do have a slight hindrance, don't I, Stace?
Well, yeah, it's quite an obvious hindrance too now.
Epic. It's very epic. Of course, today is the 19th of November.
It is.
And the epic is growing on the top lip. So there will be updates going on my own Twitter and the Time to Go Wild Twitter. So please either give generously to myself or whoever else is doing a Movember. It is all for a very good cause. And there's that many good causes out there. I know it is hard to sort your money out, but there are some very good reasons.
There are.
And if not, save your pennies up for the 50-50 on Sunday. And believe me, apparently Jill Gillingham was very close to winning it again the other week.
Really?
Yeah, there was the week we had the rollover. I was one side and she was the other, to which we both felt as gutted as a pair of Grimsby halibut.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And apparently he's just sending a message about and saying he's a jazz musician. So there we go. But apparently Jill was one ticket the wrong side again the other week. So, but yes, if you want a chance of a few pennies in your pocket, I must admit our 50-50 has been doing rather well with a prize pot of over £100 a game.
It has. We've managed 100 at minimum every game so far.
Yeah. So, it's better odds than winning the National Lottery, I'll say that.
That's very true. Although I've never come close to either of them.
Actually, I think I've just closed. Here we go. And there's one more little newsy item. It's just a quick headline from IHUK. They've officially launched the next year's 2 World Championship tournaments up in Dumfries. So, yes. The next year's 2 World Championship tournaments, they're going to be up in Dumfries. So check out Ice Hockey UK for some of that news. That's www.icehockeyuk.co.uk for some more of that information.
Yes.
Well, we're out of time.
We are.
Yes, so It's been a pleasure as always having you in.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure being here.
This time has flown by, so of course this weekend is going to be yet another busy weekend for everybody in ice hockey world. So wherever you are, taking your game, sing loud, sing proud for your teams.
Yep.
And especially for the YKK Widnes Wild.
Not that we need to remind our fans to do that.
No, we don't. And, all being well, I will be back on Thursday night from 9 p.m. with a box of delights with a difference. It's a special, and this is why it was delayed from last week. We had some technical difficulties here at HCR, which have all been resolved very, very well by our backroom staff. And so my special show will be on air live from HCR Towers on Thursday from 9, and I will be back with guests galore to keep me under control on Monday for more time to go on radio. Thank you to everyone for texting and sending messages in.
Yeah.
You all set for this coming weekend?
Just about. Yeah, no, we're ready.
Well, in which case we shall sign off with a good hockey favourite. A bit of Free and All Right Now. So, Stace?
From me, good evening.
And from me, catch you all soon. Till then, take care. Ta-ra.